Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss popliteal fossa. So, what is popliteal fossa? Popliteal fossa is a shallow diamond-shaped depression which is felt best at the back of the knee joint when the knee joint is semi-flexed, and it corresponds to the cubital fossa of the forearm, right? Or in other words, we can say it is a diamond-shaped depression which is situated behind the knee joint and upper part of the tibia and lower part of the femur. So now let's discuss the boundaries of the popliteal fossa. First of all, since it is a diamond-shaped depression, it will have superolateral boundary and superomedial boundary, and inferolateral boundary and inferomedial boundary. First of all, its superolateral boundary, it is formed by the biceps femoris muscle. This is biceps femoris muscle. This is the long head of the biceps femoris muscle, and this is the short head of the biceps femoris muscle. Long head of biceps femoris muscle, it is a part of hamstrings muscles, right? So superomedially, if we see, it is superomedial boundaries formed by the semitendinosus muscle and semimembranosus muscle. This is semitendinosus muscle and semimembranosus muscle. It is also supplemented by gracilis muscle and adductor magnus muscle. इसके नीचे, ठीक है. Now let's discuss the inferolateral boundary. Inferolaterally, it is formed by the this is gastrocnemius muscle का lateral head of gastrocnemius muscle, and it is supplemented by this small muscle having a long tendon which is called as plantaris muscle. And inferomedial boundary, this one, it is formed by the medial head of the gastrocnemius muscle. Remember it always, this lateral head of the gastrocnemius muscle, it will have a sesamoid bone which is called as fibula, right? It is called as fibula. Now, the roof of the fossa, it is formed by the deep fascia. Deep fascia is also called as popliteal fascia, since it corresponds to the popliteal surface of the femur. And the superficial fascia of the roof, it will contain short saphenous vein. This is the short saphenous vein, sural communicating nerve. This is sural communicating nerve, and in addition to this, terminal part of the posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. Now let's come to the floor of the popliteal fossa. This is the floor of the popliteal fossa. It is formed by the popliteal surface of the femur. This surface, this deep surface is called as popliteal surface of the femur. Then capsule of the knee joint. Since I have told you that this your popliteal fossa, it lies just back of the knee joint. So capsule of the knee joint, it will just take part in the formation of the floor of the popliteal fossa. In addition to this, strong popliteal fascia which covers the popliteal muscle, which is the deepest muscle, right? And the tendon of the popliteus muscle is intracapsular. Okay. Now let's discuss the contents of the popliteal fossa, right? First of all, we will find a artery which is called as a popliteal artery. This is a popliteal artery, right? So and popliteal artery, it is the deepest thing. It is the deepest content of the your popliteal fossa. Popliteal artery and its branches. Then we will see popliteal vein, and we will see tibial nerve, tibial part of sciatic nerve, and common peroneal nerve. This is the sciatic nerve actually, which is the thickest nerve of the body, and it will divide into the, one is your tibial part of sciatic nerve and another one laterally, that is called as the common peroneal part of the sciatic nerve. It will just run downwards and it will come in relation to your neck of the fibula, right? And fracture of the neck of the fibula, that can lead to the foot drop condition. Okay. And after this, posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh and genicular branch of the obturator nerve, right? And in addition to this, we will find popliteal lymph nodes and fat which surrounds, and we can just see remnant of fat. ये जो fat पड़ा है, ठीक है? Popliteal fat, and it will provide support to the all structures, right? All these structures. Now let's discuss the relation of these neurovascular structures, right? This tibial nerve and along with popliteal vessels, they will cross the fossa vertically and they are arranged one over the other. And this tibial nerve, it is the most superficial structure, right? And popliteal artery, as I have told you, it is the most deepest structure, right? Now first of all, the artery is crossed posteriorly by the vein and by the nerve. The relative positions of these structures are in the upper part of the fossa, right? In the upper part of the fossa, the relation will be, this is the upper part, relation will be from medial to lateral side. We will have popliteal artery, popliteal vein and tibial nerve. Again I am repeating, from medial to lateral side we will find, here we have popliteal artery, popliteal vein and tibial nerve, right? In the middle part of the fossa, we will have the structures like, from medial to lateral side we will have first of all nerve, then vein, then artery. From medial to lateral side, nerve, vein, artery, and same arrangement it will be in lower part of the popliteal fossa, right? Now let's discuss this popliteal artery. This is the popliteal artery, which is a continuation of the femoral artery at the adductor hiatus, right? At the junction of the middle one third and lower one third of the thigh, ठीक है? ये यहाँ से इस तरह से, ये हमारी popliteal artery, ये आपको जो hiatus दिख रहा है, this hiatus, it corresponds to the hiatus of adductor magnus, right? It is your femoral artery which continue as the popliteal artery, and it is deepest of all these structures. Discuss the branches of the popliteal artery. It has 5 sets of the branches, and along with this it will have several muscular branches, right? So this is popliteal artery. First of all, it will have the superior lateral genicular artery, then superior medial genicular artery, then it will have inferior lateral genicular branch and inferior medial genicular branch. Along with it, it will have a middle genicular artery. This you can see, right? Middle genicular artery, right? This one. All these branches, they will just take part in the formation of anastomosis around the knee joint. And this middle genicular artery, it will supply your mainly intra-articular structure of the knee joint, since it is going deep into the joint cavity. This one, this middle genicular artery. Genicular word means, actually genu means bend, G-E-N-U, genu means bend, and this genu word, it implies mainly your knee joint here, right? Now let's discuss one clinical point along which is connected to your popliteal artery, that blood pressure in the lower limb, it is recorded from the popliteal artery. And in coarctation of the aorta, coarctation का मतलब होता है narrowing of the aorta, right? This popliteal pressure, it is lower than the brachial pressure in the upper limb. You have already done with your brachial artery in the upper limb. Constant pulsation of the popliteal artery against this adductor magnus tendon. This is the adductor magnus tendon, right? It may cause changes in the vessel wall, and it can lead to narrowing and occlusion of the artery. Sudden occlusion of this artery, it may cause gangrene up to the knee, but this is usually prevented by the collateral circulation through the profunda femoris artery, right? Now let's discuss this your popliteal vein. The popliteal vein, it begins at the lower border of the popliteus muscle, which is deepest one, यहाँ पे है, नीचे है इसके deep. It begins at the lower border of the popliteus muscle by union of the veins accompanying the anterior and posterior tibial arteries, right? This popliteal vein, it will receive your small saphenous vein. This is a small saphenous vein, right? And the veins corresponding to the branches of the popliteal artery, ठीक है? जैसे कि यहाँ पे है, ये veins है ना, ये popliteal artery की branches के साथ जो accompanying veins जा रही हैं, they will also drain in your this popliteal vein, right? Now let's discuss this tibial nerve. This is the tibial nerve, right? As I have told you, this is the tibial nerve. As I have told you, this is the sciatic nerve. Sciatic nerve is a 2 centimeter wide band which is the largest branch of the sacral plexus, right? Having root value from L4 to S3. Right, this sciatic nerve in the upper part of the popliteal fossa, it will divide by giving terminal branches. One is lateral terminal branch, which is called as common peroneal nerve, and medial terminal branch, which is called as tibial nerve. This is the tibial part of the sciatic nerve, right? This is the tibial part of the sciatic nerve, having root value ventral divisions of ventral rami of L4 to S3, and this is the largest, it is largest terminal branch of sciatic nerve. It lies superficial or posterior to the popliteal vessels, and it extends from the superior angle से लेके up to the inferior angle of, this is superior angle से लेके inferior angle of popliteal fossa, right? It crosses the popliteal vessels from lateral to medial side, and it is continuous in the back of the leg, right? Now next is the common peroneal part of the sciatic nerve, right? It is a small terminal branch of the sciatic nerve. It lies posterolateral to the head or neck of the fibula. Okay? It lies against the neck of the fibula mainly, and it can be palpated over here. Sometimes it can be compressed, or it can be just ruptured, or it can, injured in case of any fracture of the neck of the fibula, right? Since it will supply all dorsiflexors of the foot, and injury to this nerve, it can lead to foot drop, or we can say inability to dorsiflex the foot, or we can say the foot will be in plantar flexed position. That is called as foot drop, right? This nerve is very, very important, right? Now we can also see some of the popliteal lymph nodes. These are the popliteal lymph nodes, and they get enlarged in infection in case of the lateral side of the sole and foot. They are lying along with your short saphenous vein. This is your short saphenous vein, right? So it finishes with our popliteal fossa. Thank you so much.